Earlier this week, I hosted a teletown hall with people from across western Kentucky, from places like Lyon County and Webster County. These constituents share their thoughts on a range of issues, from Obamacare to taxes. But one issue kept coming up over and over again. The Kentuckians I spoke with were truly worried about the Obama administration's war on coal jobs. They've seen the devastation in eastern Kentucky, and they know what the president's newest regulations will likely mean for middle-class families like theirs. Skyrocketing utility bills, higher prices, fewer jobs. They know that the administration's war is an elitist crusade that threatens to ship good, well-paying jobs overseas, splinter our manufacturing base, and throw yet another load onto the backs of middle-class Kentuckians who've already struggled so much. The hardworking people I represent are worried enough just about making their mortgage payments and paying for car repairs and coping with energy bills and summer vacations. These are the people that President Obama and his Washington Democratic allies should be listening to, not the liberal elites that have been begging the president to go after the coal industry and the people whose livelihoods depend on it. But President Obama doesn't seem terribly interested in these folks or their problems. Once again, he'll be off campaigning this week. He'll huddle with more left-wing ideologues, the kind of folks who love to make a buck off of coal and then attack coal families with ego-driven political crusades, like the ideologue the president rolled out the red carpet for just a few weeks ago down at the White House. Meanwhile, here in the Senate, the Democratic majority will continue to block and tackle for the president in his anti-coal offensive. Senate Democrats block basically every attempt, however small, to inject congressional oversight into the administration's energy regulations. They shut down votes. They obstruct the committee process that should be at the heart of our work here. They even gag their own members. And they block common sense legislation like the Coal Country Protection Act. What that bill, my bill, would do is require the administration to certify that jobs will not be lost and utility rates won't go up as a result of the president's energy regulations. That's not too much to ask. But Washington Democrats are blocking my bill because they know that the president's regulation will cost jobs and will raise utility rates. And they're more interested in protecting the president's ideological agenda than jobs. In other words, Senate Democrats block and tackle and obstruct, all to defend the president's war on coal jobs. It's a clear case of extreme devotion. And it makes sense because the Democratic majority really only has one mission these days: protect the president and the left at all costs. That's why the average Democratic senator has almost no power anymore. Our friends on the other side of the aisle don't ever get to do anything. They're just another backbencher fortifying President Obama's Senate moat, the place where good ideas go to die. It's a shame. Senate used to be a place where big ideas were debated and serious solutions were explored. Committees operated and amendments were offered. I remember a time not too long ago when there was even such a thing as an independent-minded Senate Democrat. But today's Democratic leadership has put an end to all of that. It's about time our Washington Democratic friends open their eyes to the true cost of the president's policies, both in my state and in theirs. And it's time for these Washington Democrats to stop pretending that they're not complicit in the administration's war on coal jobs or in the harm that it's causing to our constituents. Because there's real pain out there. Beyond the Democratic echo chamber, there's real pain out there, out in the real world in places like Pike County. Washington Democrats need to understand that Kentuckians are more than just some statistic on a bureaucratic balance sheet. These are real Americans who are hurting, and they deserve to have their voices heard. One way to do that, as I've suggested, is for the administration to hold some listening sessions on its new energy regulations in the areas that stand to suffer the most from them, in places like eastern and western Kentucky. I've already issued multiple invitations for the President's people to visit places in my home state, and I'm issuing one again today. The sad truth is, officials in Washington don't want to come anywhere near coal country. They just want to impose their regulations. Here's some quote unquote feedback from the echo chamber in order to check a box and then move right along to the next front in their war on coal. They don't even want to talk to the very people they intend to put out of work. Well, several teletown hall participants want to know why the president won't come down to see the mines and the coal families himself. I'm wondering too. Mr. President, the campaign trips can wait. You recently expressed an interest in hanging around middle-class Americans for a change. What I'm saying is, here's your perfect chance. Come on down to Kentucky and talk to some coal miners.